Hi there, I am Dion Opperman. Welcome to where I unpack what it means to be a writer in the age of AI. If you have watched some of my previous videos, you will know that when it comes to writer-AI collaboration, I position myself as what I refer to as an augmentor. My goal is not to harness the AI as my substitute, but rather to manage how I collaborate with the AI in order to augment my own creativity and intelligence. In exactly the same way as collaborating with another human or group of humans to write a story augments my creativity and intelligence as they combine their own creativity and intelligence with mine. Currently, the setup is a human collaborating with a large language general purpose model, which, if needed, commands and coordinates any specialist AI agents that the project might need. In sci-fi, these agents are often referred to as subroutines. For example, an agent that monitors the internet for new releases of blogs and podcasts, of which the subject matter is research that may be relevant to the story I'm telling. And I want the LLM to evaluate and, if it deems the content relevant to the story, accept that submission from the agent and submit it to me, as well as take it into consideration when working with me on the story. So, writer, LLM, agents if needed. As an augmentor, rather than purist or substitutionist, my focus is on how to collaborate with the AI, that it brings its awesome power to bear upon my writing process while thinking about writing like I think about writing. I want the AI to augment me, not replace me. It is a collaboration in which the AI intelligence with which I am collaborating is at once both greater than my own intelligence, while simultaneously being subordinated to my intelligence. Consequently, I consider it the LLM and agent's job to augment my storytelling. I see myself as the leader, with the LLM as my chief counsel and the agents as specialist consultants. They are my writing team, and they follow my lead to realize my vision using my methods. If I want my AI team to serve my vision of the story while employing the principles and techniques of structure, plot, and character the way I like to employ them, then I need to fine-tune the AI to think about writing in the same way that I think about writing. But how to fine-tune the AI without all the cost and complexity associated with fine-tuning AI models? Well, one way is in-prompt fine-tuning, which I demonstrated in episode 5, part 1 and part 2. But as you will see if you watch those episodes, it takes a 5-6 page prompt just to guide the AI to execute a single narrative technique, like developing and articulating the overarching obstacle of a story, for instance, according to the way I understand that narrative element and how to develop it. A guide to all the principles and techniques of structure, plot, and character used to write a story would fill a book. And that is exactly what I did. I wrote a book in which I unpack all the fundamental principles of structure, plot, and character that I have learned over the 40 years of my career as a professional writer. In the book, I also created a story specifically for the book, in which I demonstrate the use of every single one of those principles and techniques. So, 1, here is an explanation of a narrative element and the principles and techniques that govern it. 2, here are examples of it in existing literature, film, and theatre. And 3, here is a demonstration of how I use them in a story. You can see where this is going. But before I carry on, let me make this very clear. This is not a pun for the book. I have no delusions about book sales on Amazon, especially something as niche as a book about writing. And besides, you will have your own convictions about the principles and techniques of writing that you like to use. But now that I have this manual in which I have explained and unpacked my entire approach to storytelling, I have a training manual with which to train the AI to think about all the principles and techniques that govern all the elements of structure, plot, and character development in the same way that I think about them. And I use that manual in a Claude project, which solves the problem that currently AIs do not carry forward memory of previous sessions, and more importantly, solves the problem of all those long, complex prompts, one for each of the many narrative elements used in the telling of a story. So here are all my Claude projects, and this one here, The Rock of Emaja, is the story that I'm currently developing. It's a 6-part series, drama series. So let's look at its project. Here you'll see all the documents I have uploaded to its knowledge base. There's the plot outline developed so far, the subplots, and here is Putting Humpty Together Again, the entire book uploaded to the knowledge base. And then more content, the world of the story, the challenge, the primary character profiles, and further plot ideas. So Claude has permanent contextual awareness of all of this, including my training manual. So if we look at my custom instructions, they look like this. Upon launch of this project or upon the launch of a new thread, always read thoroughly through all the documents that have been uploaded to the knowledge base before responding for the first time upon launch of the project or of a new thread. You must always make yourself au fait with all the content in the knowledge base so that your responses, thinking, and suggestions can be fully informed by the content of the knowledge base. This project is designed for developing a story. Consequently, you will act as my co-writer in the development of the story, fully informed by all the principles of writing contained in the document Putting Humpty Together Again that is in the knowledge base. I am the author of this document, and it contains all the principles that inform the way I think about writing. We will develop the story according to these principles of writing. It's important to maintain a clear distinction between Putting Humpty Together Again, which serves as the theoretical framework and writing methodology reference text, which you will use as the writing technique and methodology while we develop the story, and all the other documents in the knowledge base, which contain the content of The Rock of Emaja developed thus far, which is the story that we are developing. If at any stage I indicate that I wish to develop any one of the narrative elements that are described and explained in Putting Humpty Together Again, you will work with me as my guide and develop a systematic and step-by-step process to guide me through the development of that element, asking me questions to garner any thoughts and ideas I might have about the element we are developing, and then providing iteration, my feedback steps to further refine the element we are developing. This will continue until I am satisfied with what we have developed. If during this process I ask you for suggestions, then do so. Using a Claude project in this way, I achieve two crucial objectives. The AI has the same contextual awareness that I have of all the content developed so far, and the AI has been fine-tuned to think about storytelling principles and techniques the way I think about them. The good news is that if Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman is correct, we can look forward to near infinite memory in the very near future. Once infinite memory is here, there will be no need to constantly upload content updates to a knowledge base. Indeed, you won't need to have projects or custom GPTs with the mini RAG that their knowledge base currently offers. Everything you upload will be remembered and incorporated as needed. All the story content, all instructions, and all writing principles, once uploaded, will be remembered. As AI evolves to command both infinite memory and fine-tuned understanding of our individual creative processes, the relationship between writer and AI will become increasingly seamless and more powerful. But it is one in which, if you manage it correctly, the writer remains the visionary, the creative force that leads an extraordinary team. Thank you for joining me on this journey.